Welcome back to West Ham Unofficial. I hope you are all well. This is the moment, this is the time that all of you people have been waiting for. I hope you're all well. Welcome back to West Ham Unofficial. Before we get started, I'm joined today by Tracy. Tracy, how are you?
Very well, thanks, Jake. And yourself?
Yeah, not too bad. And behind the camera, we've got Taylor as well on that one there. So we've got two cams going there. So let's see who's in the chat then. Before we get started, Wally's upgraded his membership to a Legend membership. Thank you very much, Wally World, indeed. Welcome to the Legend Club. Let's see who else is in. Scott's got 2 tickets tonight. I hope you're well, Scott. The question is, does Steve feel human again? Well, Steve's eating his roast dinner, so Steve's not quite here yet. But we will find that out in about 5 to 10 minutes' time. This is a bigger draw than the FA Cup. Well, what can I say? Danny Jackson, Danny's got 2 in today as well. So of course, this is the DT38 draw live raffle draw. Altogether, we've had 60 entries for this, and we have made around £265 from West Ham Unofficial for the run and for the raffle as well. Absolutely fantastic. Let's set a like target though before we get started. We've got 11 people watching. Let's get 15 likes first. 15 likes, Scott. 15 likes. Can we get it? Let's see what is in. Trev Tube has got quite a few tickets tonight as well. Trev Tube, I hope you are well. Let's have a look here. Gatesy says, introducing from Somerset. He has a record of 1,400-ish wins, no defeats. He's the reigning, defending, undisputed featherweight champion of YouTube, Jake the Somerset Sharpshooter Cox. Hello, Gatesy, to you too as well. Is Peach free? I believe Peach is free. Jolly boy, I hope you're well. Scott, that's brilliant, well done. Oh yeah, definitely. Big up Simon as well. So before we get started and I explain what's going to happen, Tracy, for new viewers, just explain to us what DT38 is again.
DT38 is a charity in Dylan Tombini's memory, my son and Taylor's brother, and it's to raise awareness and educate people around the dangers of testicular cancer. And how to take health matters into your own hands so that you can confidently ask for the right intervention and the right diagnosis when you do go for medical assistance.
Yeah, definitely. Of course, you've seen the vlog. You have seen the vlog on the channel where Taylor and Joe and a couple of more people did the 10K run. Taylor definitely won the whole thing, completely beat Joe by a long way. The link's in the chat if you would like to donate after the run and after the draw. The link is in there. My target is to get it to 500. We got to 558. Thanks, guys. It's been absolutely fantastic. As Steve says, checking out. So I'm sure he'll say that when he gets here in a moment. So let's explain the rules then. So because we've had so many entries and we've had 60 entries in total, there's going to be 2 winners. So that means 2 people will get the opportunity to speak to Frank. Frank McAvennie live on the show tomorrow, Monday, 7 p.m. 2 people will be speaking to Frank McAvennie tomorrow. Two viewers and 2 people that have donated to the DT38 Foundation. How are we going to do this then? So there's 30. So there's 30 entries, 30 different entries in each pool. There's 2 pools and one Tracy's going to spin the roulette wheel, and whichever number comes out, I've assigned everybody a number that I am going to tell you. If you've entered, your numbers will be explained in just a second, and whoever's number comes out will win. Of course, if it's from 31 to 37, we will do it again, and if the same person wins twice, we will do it again. Tracy, have I missed anything?
No, not at all. You're doing well.
Good. Let's see what is in the chat. Andy's in. I hope you are well. Eamon. Free the Toronto one. Eamon has bought quite a lot of tickets for tonight's draw. So good luck to everybody who has purchased tickets for tonight's draw. Andy, I hope you're well. Peter, quadruple X as well. I hope you're well. Let's have a look here. Iron's official. I hope you are well. And Andy says, what a great prize. Good luck to everyone who has entered indeed. You had to get it, didn't you? Put the badges in there. Put the badges in there. And everybody else is saying hello to each other. So Steve will be joining us very, very shortly. I'm sure he's just sent me a WhatsApp message. He's still making his way through. No, right. He's on his way. He's on his way. That is for sure. Hopefully. So without further ado, then I'm going to show you the numbers that the pools are in. So here is pool number 1. Then, so the players that are in bold are the players that are taking part. The players that are not in bold and says roll on to the next player is people that have kindly donated to DT38 and wouldn't like to and can't make it to speak to Frank McAvennie tonight if they tomorrow night if they win. So if you can find your number, there it is. I'm just going to zoom in on you there, and you can see. I'm going to scroll down, and if you can see your number, you don't have to remember your numbers because I've got it all wrote down here, and whichever number comes out, I will have a quick look and we'll see who our winner is. So there they are: Eamon, Pete, TrevTube, Duke, Andy there, Daya, who's not quite here yet. Imagine him winning and he's not even here. Imagine the scenes. TrevTube. If you guys have purchased quite a lot of tickets, you've got tickets in pool 2 as well. So people that have purchased probably like 2 or 4 or 8 tickets, you've probably got a second chance if you don't win this time. So there are your numbers then. We're going to keep them up on screen. Let's have a look at the chat again. Gates says, good luck to all participants. However, the real winner is DT38. Of course. CB says Daya putting on his best Sunday shirt and he's on the way. Hopefully he's on the way with a shirt on. That would be handy. So without further ado, I'm going to hand over to you, Tracy, to do the first draw there for pool 1. Ladies and gentlemen, good luck to everybody that has put an entry in, and it's time for pool number 1. Fire it away. Here we go. Good luck. Who've we got then? The tension's building on West Ham Unofficial. Who is it? Number 1. Here we go. Let's see. Live on number 1. That is Words and Pictures. He's not currently in the chat, but I'm sure he will see it. Words and Pictures. People say number 1's lucky, Tracy.
It's fantastic. Well done. That was good that it happened first time round. So let's hope we do as well in the second spin.
Yeah, definitely. Let's have a look on the chat. There we go then. Good luck to everyone, of course. Clap an emoji from Andy that as Words and Pictures is W&P is our winner for pool number 1. Congratulations, W&P. We will get into contact with you somehow, some way for you coming on tomorrow night. And just speaking of devil, here he is. Come on, Anne. He's here. Steve.
Hello, everyone. Sorry for the late appearance, Jake. I had a lovely roast dinner to get through there, mate. It was nice. I did text you to say, mate. No, I did text you to say.
You did. Yeah. Lots of people have been.
Tracy, how are you, Tracy?
I'm very well. How are you?
Yeah, you're looking well, my love. Looking as beautiful as ever.
So Daya, I regret to inform you that you didn't win in pool number 1. There's 2 pools, so you've still got another chance. You didn't win. Words and Pictures have won.
I haven't won. Oh, ka-ching. Cut the quid in there. Hang on, I'm not worried about winning, mate. As long as it makes Tracy happy and we raise funds, I don't give a shit about winning, mate, honestly. And I will keep telling people if they don't behave themselves and check their nuts, I will get my deep heat out and spray them. Well, hang on, let me just get the can.
All right. Oh, God, he's getting the can of deep heat.
I do apologise for no screen, and you're in my office now, Jake. What my wife calls the dump room. Well, she's not my wife, fiance. You're welcome to come to the wedding, Tracy. I might swap you at the altar. But
I look forward to meeting your wife.
No, I'm in my dump room, and there it is. There's the stuff. If you don't check your nuts, my nicotine tab fell out. Look at that. Right, if you don't check your nuts, all right, Daya will come and spray your nuts. right?
Oh dear, Steve, there's a lot of crackling going on around your screen. I think you've got your green screen still on. You haven't even got your green screen up.
Oh, it could be, mate. Actually, yeah. I better turn that off. Anyway, hang on. I was trying to be all professional for you, Jake. Hang on, let me put it up. Let's see if we get worked out here. Hang on.
Okay, right.
Just 2
Let's
seconds.
do that. Well,
Because you overspent on my credit card, this is a very good screen.
Oh dear. Right, let's have a look at some more comments. Well done, W&P. Well, some words and pictures is the winner for pool number 1. Here he goes. It's Steve's green screen. Well done, W&P. Lots of.
Just get the angle right, Jake. You just get the angle. Just get the angle. That's
Oh,
right. Hang on. I'm moving every bloody way, Jakey boy.
Damn, that's the fourth.
That's crap, isn't it? Right, what's going on?
Right,
hang on. No, that ain't working. This is what happens when, and I've got a green logo on my bloody shirt as well, Jakey. Tracy, I'm not normally like this, man. I do apologise. I'm going to turn the green screen off, Jake. I ain't got time to set it up.
Okay.
Right, hang on. Let's see where we go.
Casey says he's checking his maps now. Oh dear. So there we go. Right then, Steve, is it time to draw pot 2?
Right.
Whey, there it is, look.
Nearly there. Right, I'll do with it for the minute. Is that better, Jake?
There we go. Right then, let's reveal, Steve. Let's reveal who is in pot number 2 then. If I will scroll down.
Bloody football with brownies in there.
Yeah, Brownie's in here. Yeah, Brownie's in. Right then, so if you can see your name. There you're number 6. Look, lucky number 6.
Number 3. Oh, I would have preferred number 3, but there we go.
Well, Eamon's got number 3. This is all randomised. Don't worry, guys. This is all randomised. There's Football Brownie, number 24.
I'd love to see Football with Brownie win, actually, because it's the first thing he's ever bloody won.
So there we go. Those are all of the entries there. Right then, Tracy, over to you then. Let's put you in full screen. There we go. Over. Let's see. Are you ready, Steve?
I'm ready.
Let's go. Off it goes.
Well, that's a pot through you got there, Tracy. She likes the casino, obviously, Jake.
Yeah. Oh, where's it gone? Number
30.
30.
Oh, my daughter's birthday.
Danny Jackson. Congratulations to Danny Jackson, is number 30. Let's put this back out of full screen. Danny Jackson, I believe, is in the chat. He was in the chat earlier on, so I hope he still is. Danny Jackson, you are the winner of this.
Well done, Danny. Hey. My casino numbers are 3, 16, 18, 30, 34 corner. And the date for me kids, you know what I mean? And 30 dropped in. Sambo, oh, sorry, that sounds racist, but she's not. Her name's Samantha, right? Should be delighted if 30 came in there, mate. Should be well delighted.
There we go then.
How are you, Tracy, anyway? How are you?
I'm very well, thanks.
That's good. That's my main concern. I like to make sure you're okay.
Over the weekend. Yep, all good.
You've been at the mischief?
No, you have.
Oh, no. Sorry, guys. We're going to have to go again. Danny says, oh, well, please roll on to the next. Oh, thank you very much, Danny.
Oh, well done, Danny. Fair play. Danny. Let's have number 6 red. 6 red. Come on. No, that's Danny. Fair play to you, Danny. That's great.
Just before, let's take some comments. Everybody was saying well done to Danny, but Danny says, please roll on to the next. I just want to support. Thank you very much, Danny. That is...
hey, Danny, legend, mate, legend. Happy hammers. Come on, you ends.
Well done, Danny. Absolute star. Right then, Danny has given the next person the opportunity. Tracy, spin. Let's see.
Go on then, Trace. Number 6. Give it for Daya. Number 6, red.
Here we go. Who's it going to be?
I can't believe Tracy's got a big posh casino, Will, in her house.
Here we go. Where's it landed in?
No good for anyone.
0. Oh, dear.
Oh, nobody got 0?
No. We'll do again.
We're still in pot 2.
We're in the low numbers. We're in the low numbers. Day is coming. Number 6 is coming. Bobby Moore's number. Bobby Moore's number.
And he spins again. What's he going to land on?
Bobby Moore. Give us a Bobby Moore.
Oh, 32. We haven't got number 32.
Oh, I said 32 corner, didn't I? I said 32. I'll be told to shut up by my lady. Making too much noise.
Honestly, the Spence. Are we going again? I think we are.
We're going again, are we?
Here we go.
Coming. Go on, Bobby. Go on, Bobby Moore.
Where is it? Number 8. Let's have a look. Who is number 8?
Close.
Oh, I'm just going to bring it up on screen then. We've got to scroll up.
That's why we always choose 32, actually, Gatesy.
Number 8 is Trev Tube.
Who? Trev Tube. Oh, gone to a great lad. Gone to a great lad. Yeah, love Trev Tube. Love Trev Tube.
Trev Tube is also in the chat. So we will just make sure.
Hey, Trev. Hey, well done, Trev. Well in, mate.
Well done, Trev. Absolutely fantastic. We would just make sure.
I think we had a lovely spinner, mine, didn't we? The woman spinning a wheel. Oh, what a little babe.
Right then. So, Trev Tube, can you confirm that you are accepting the prize for tomorrow night?
Go on, Trev. Spin it again, Sam. Now, Trev might like the question. Trev's quite good on the old questions, isn't he? But I don't know if he likes. It takes a lot to come on live on the show to ask the questions, doesn't it? So.
Steve, stop scaring him away just because you want it.
No, I'm not scaring away. I think me and Tracy should be on together.
Right then, let's see.
Where's Peach tonight? Is he still in the nick?
I don't know, but you can find everything out. You can find everything out by having a look at this link here.
All right, go on.
That link there to a website called Global 24/7 News. You can find it out there. There we go. Trev Tube, thanks, so yeah, I'll be on to ask the question.
Oh, well done, Trev, yeah. Trev, you got 4 questions, actually, because I blagged out of Jake. 4 questions you can have, so you got a bit of time to work them out, mate. But if you're stuck for them, ask him if you got in Stringfellows for free. That's the one that I want to know.
Oh, dear. Right,
did he meet Tracy in Stringfellows?
So then, Trev Tube and WMP are our winners. Trev Tube, you can contact me. Instagram at jcox59, Twitter at West Ham Unofficial. Those are the ways. Those are the ways you can contact me if you're on those social medias, so we can get everything sorted for tomorrow night. We will get hold of WMP somehow, some way, to get him on tomorrow as well. Thank you very much, Tracy, for hosting the fantastic roulette wheel there.
Well done, Tracy. Legend, Tracy. The beautiful Tracy. Well done.
No, you're welcome, and thank you very much, both of you. Thank you.
That's all right, Tracy. Anything for you, my love.
Right, Steve. Any?
No, I really appreciate all the support.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
No, we know you do, Tracy. Hey, Tracy, you don't have to say it seriously. We've had great banter, haven't we, Jake? Running up.
It's really appreciated.
Yeah, no worries at all, my love. We've had great banter, Jake, haven't we? Running up as much quid. Although Peach did bottle jumping in Lake Ontario last night, didn't he? But apart from that, everyone's. We did get arrested for the cause, didn't he? I suppose we got to give him something, haven't we?
Yeah. Oh, you are. You have indeed. So honestly, it's been absolutely fantastic. The support has been immense for this. I mean, Steve and Tracy, over we're talking £265 made for the run and for the Frank McAvennie charity event. Absolutely fantastic.
Well, the thing is, this ain't when we go and get across to people, Jake. This ain't the end of it, right? This charity continues, and Tracy's doing a fantastic job making youngsters like you forget us old farts, right? Although we're still shy talking about our nuts, right? But you youngsters have got to be aware of all this. Isn't that right, Trace?
Yeah, 100%, Steve. You're right, because the youngest person's been 5 months old and the oldest person's been 69 years old. So there is a very big age gap where you can still be affected by the disease. So it's really important. Jake, you might never need it, but one of your mates might confide in you and you'll have the answers for him. So it's equally important that just to have the knowledge.
Exactly. Do you have to be able to talk about it in the playground, in the classroom, in your college room, in university, or later in life in the office? You know, if you got something wrong with your nuts, come out and speak about it. Don't be shy to speak about it. You know, both Tracy's lost her son, obviously, sadly, and I know what it's like to lose. I lost my daughter, not through obviously that, but I hope not. But seriously, for Tracy's strength now is making everybody's awareness, right, to help others. She suffered what she suffered, right? But she's now going out on her best foot forward to make everybody so you don't suffer. So all you got to do is get your hand down there and check them out. Basically, isn't it, Trace?
Oh.
Yeah. Got a bit of a freeze on Trace, I think, mate.
Yeah, I think we have. I think we have.
Yeah, she needs better. Hopefully she's definitely not on BT Wi-Fi, is she? But
yeah.
But no, seriously, lads. Honestly, you're nuts. You're nuts. You may think they're only used for one purpose, right? Just check them out. Save your life. Just get them checked, mate, because there's no point checking out on life at 23, 25, 26, 30, when you could probably live to 80. Do you know what I mean? Just for making a serious check. Do you know what I mean? It is a very, although we've made this charity fun, haven't we, over the last what have you done on my green screen, Jakey? Oh, right.
Green.
Yeah. But no, seriously, all jokes aside, right? We've made a bit of, and Tracy's made this charity fun as well, right? But it is a very, very serious issue. And Tracy wants everybody to be aware at the end of the day, to be aware, be able to sociably speak about it if you've got a bit of pain in your nuts or whatever, right? But she wants to save other people's lives. She suffered what she suffered now, and there's nothing she can do about that now. I hope I'm speaking rightly, Tracy. Yeah? And there's nothing worse than your own child's loss, right? It's devastating, isn't it, Trace? But I really commend her for going forward, right? And my daughter died of cystic fibrosis. I've done as much as I can for that. But Tracy's actions, it will save people's lives, and people got to understand that. And for all your YouTube young viewers, you know, not so much the ultra, right? Some people at my age still need to do it, of course. But you YouTubers are a younger generation. Just get hold of your nuts. Seriously, it might sound funny, right? But it could save your life. Isn't that right, Trace?
Yeah, 100%. You know, it's really important that we do make light of the situation, because it's easier to talk about when people are having a laugh and a bit of banter and that. So,
exactly.
It shouldn't be it shouldn't be taboo. It should be part of the school education as well. And so the more people that are aware of it, the more times that you can engage in conversation, the more awareness that gets out there, and the greater the chance is of survival if this disease is caught early.
Exactly. Yeah. If you youngsters can have a laugh about it, right? I'll give you a scenario. Your nuts feeling a bit raw or whatever. And you're not scared of going into school or college or uni or your workplace and say, "Oh, my nuts are playing up," right? Isn't that better? Right? That's far better than hiding it, being in the toilet on your own with your hands in your head, thinking, "What's going on? What's going on?" You know, and then save your life. It will save your life. You know, and let's keep pushing on with this. Anyway, let's not just this latest round of charity raising events has been great, been good fun. We've had Peach in the Nick, although he didn't jump in the lake, did he? He didn't jump in the lake, right? But Bottler, right? But shame Peach bottled that, because there was a couple £100 there going, wasn't it, Jake? But anyway, sources say he can't swim, right? So we didn't want him to drown, really, did we? But no. But Trace, what a fantastic job you've done, my love. My hat off to you. All right, my heart goes with you every day of your living life, and I think you've done fantastic coming forward, and I think you're just amazing, my love. To be honest with you.
No, thank you. Look, it really does help to focus on this, because if you don't have something to focus on and to concentrate on, your idle thoughts can really just mess up your day, and you can can have days where you just don't get out of bed because, you know, you're heartbroken. So to have this to focus on has been a huge help. And, you know, just to know that we're helping people, we're educating people, we're making sure that people know to demand an ultrasound if they have, you know, any testicular issues. And it's a 2-minute process that'll rule out, you know, the seriousness of testicular cancer. So it's really important that people understand that connection as well.
Yeah, no, that's brilliant. Well said, Trace. Well said. You're making me all emotional. I get a bit tearful here. Yeah. Not often you see Daya cry on a Jake Cox show, but there we go. Yeah, it does happen.
Yeah, well, this will a roast mail for you where Soberly says, "Does Steve want a free Big Mac?"
Well, I've just had a roast dinner actually, mate. I sent you the photo, didn't I?
You
so
did.
I don't want a free Big Mac yet, but 9 o'clock might be all right. I could take one at 9 o'clock.
Look at that, look.
Yeah, there it is, mate. There's me dinner. Yeah, getting stuck into me dinner, mate.
Brilliant. Jake wore that hoodie to school. Yes, I did. I mean, it's just
that's the way to do it, because people will seriously. We got to talk serious for a minute. People will come up and say to you, "What's DT38 mean? What's all that about?" Then you have the opportunity when you're wearing the gear. You have the opportunity to explain what it's actually about, isn't it? Because it doesn't say testicular cancer across your cap. DT38, and I got to be honest. When I saw you first branding it on the shelf, I thought, what's all that about it? You know, I ain't got one of them, right? But
Steve,
not yet.
No, I'm not begging for an hat, right? You probably haven't got one to fit my big head, right? But what I'm saying is, it raises the question, doesn't it? People say, "What's DT38 then?" Then you got the full way of explaining, and that sends a message out. So when you go into school and a kid comes up to you, Jake, and asks you what it's all about, job done, isn't it? Result, result.
Yeah.
Because I think if it had said testicular cancer, people would shy away from it a bit. They would like, I don't want to ask about that question, because they don't know what they're getting into when they ask what DT.
Well, it's the barrier. It's the barrier. Oh my God, shit, that won't happen to me. Do you know what I mean? That's the truth of it, isn't it, Trace? You know. I went through it. I didn't have it, obviously, but when I was about 19, I could tell. I had this, what was it, me left or me right? I can't remember. Me left, right? Used to feel a bit heavy, bit of a pain. And I went through that for like 16 months. Now and again, it was a growing thing. It wasn't so much a serious thing in the end. But I didn't know at the time. And I can always remember, I was living with my mother at the time. I was, I can't tell her. Can't tell me brother. And so I suffered it a bit, right? And then it went a bit worse, and then they come back. Then, of course, then you start to hear a few things. We didn't have the internet in them days as well, so I couldn't play internet doctor. And I thought I better get this checked out. And I read something in the newspaper actually at the time. I couldn't remember, and I thought, I think I better go to the doctors. And I was so embarrassed. But I'd gone. The point was, I'd gone 16 months, right? Probably 16 months. Before getting to the GP, right? Thankfully, it was something totally. They sent me straight down to Heath Hospital in Cardiff, actually. And then worse, rang me mate. I said, first time I told anyone, I rang me best mate and said, will you come down to Heath with me, mate? He said, well, what are you going to do now? I said, I've got to have an X-ray or whatever on me nuts. He said, well, what's the matter with you? I said, well, I got a sore nut, mate, and I don't know what it is. And thankfully, it was something totally different, which naturally solved itself. But the embarrassment, right, back in the day was so bad. It took me 16 months to tell me best mate, Chip. And Chip come to the hospital and with light relief afterwards. Thank God it hadn't happened to me, you know?
Yeah.
But you don't want to go through that. We're in the more, I'm talking 1980 bloody something, isn't I? So... 1986 it was actually. So the thing is, we're in a modern society today, so you can more open, more men talk to each other in a different way. Men didn't even hug each other those days. Remember, you see men hugging each other today, whatever, right? We didn't do any of that. We shook each other's hand, and that was it. You know? And we're shy buggers. Us men are shy buggers at the end of the day, especially when it comes to something personal. So it's good that DT38 makes that awareness that you can all talk about it, you know?
Yeah. Trev Chu says, I got a couple of questions prepared. We'll ask the string fellows on for you, Daya.
So I've got a couple prepared. Where else? Yeah. Well done. Thanks, Trev. Well done, Trev. Well done on winning the casino, Will, boss. You have my lucky number 32, is it? What number did Trev win on?
Trev won on number 8.
Number 8. Oh, black 8. I never win on that one in the casino. No one got done there.
Yeah. Gatesy puts it perfectly. DT38 won, cancer nil. And everyone else is saying that as well. Get donating if you can. The link is there. Scott says that's no age at all. Life can be so cruel indeed.
You can.
Yeah, absolutely.
What you got to remember, lads? What you got to remember? You could live to, I don't know, let's pick an age. You can live to 30, or your choice is you can live to 80. But you've got to make these checks. You've got to do it.
And also too, you do get the kids in, as in Dylan's case, who did have the courage to go to a GP, and the GP let him down. So, telling him that it was a cyst and that he could just live with that and go on about his business, he did that. So, it's also to make sure that the individual is empowered with the correct information to, just to insist on their own ultrasound and make sure that their health matters to them.
Well, that's what I got told, actually, Trace. Mine was a cyst.
Yeah.
Right. Funny enough, back in the day. But like you're right, make sure you get yourself to hospital. I don't trust GPs. I got to be honest. I won't go into all the details, but GPs have done all, especially when my daughter was concerned, cocked it all up. The hospital, at the start, cocked it all up, and she could still be here with us today. But the thing is, then, Trace, get yourself to hospital and get that. Was it ultrascan? Is it?
It's an ultrasound. It's a 2-minute process that can 100% detect testicular cancer. So it's extremely reliable, and you have a result instantly. So it's really important that people are.
So what you're saying then, Trace, if you've got obviously you've been through it, right? So lads out there won't really know what to look for. Some of them, were they? What are we looking for? Are we looking for a lump? Are we looking for a bit of pain? Are we looking for, what would you say?
Well, it's usually, in Dylan's case, it was painless. He had a small lump. It can be, one of your testes can be heavier than the other. It can have a dull ache. That's
what I had, dull ache. That's what I call it.
Painless, and it can be like a pea-sized lump in your testic. So, whatever the reason is that you are presenting for it, if you know that you're going there for an issue with your testicles, then just insist on an ultrasound and rule out that worst case scenario.
Yeah.
But what you're saying, if your GP was, come on, they're not the best GPs these days, are they? Right, they get you in, they got another 20 appointments before they can get down a pub or whatever they do, right? Yeah, and so if your GP, what you're saying is, if your GP doesn't refer you for the push on and go for the ultrasound.
100%. If he says it's, in our cases, like it's just a cyst, just say, that's great. I want an ultrasound to confirm that diagnosis or to rule out testing.
That's a good shout, Trace. That's good. And I hope all you youngsters are listening to this, because this could save your life. And that's honestly, you might think you're 19, 20, and you got all the years in front of you. This could save your life.
Yeah, and what's a good thing to understand is that if you catch it early, it's usually about 96% cure rate. And then with the next dose of chemo, it goes down to about 80. And then by the third one, you're down to about 10%.
There you go.
It's a big jump if you
and I also tell you, I'll mention him on the show. I know he's watching, actually. Mark Tuckwell, right? Mark Tuckwell, who I used to coach football with. And he had to have his testicle removed through the same thing. And, hey, don't be ashamed of that either, because you can still perform like a horse with one.
Yeah. Steve, read out this comment for me.
Robert Gates. Us lads need to talk bollocks more often. Testicular cancer is very treatable provided it's caught early. Well done, Gatesy. Well said, Gatesy.
Yeah.
Kent Hammers, hope you're well. Kent says, my mate, when I was a teenager, got testicular cancer. He survived after chemo, but but until that point, I was a bit ignorant and didn't check. But every month since I've checked myself for over 20 years. Yeah, that's the that's getting the DT38 merchandise, Tracy, out there, and it just raises more awareness for situations like Kent Hammers has had.
That's it. Every more. Sorry, Trace. Go on, Trace.
No, I was just going to say, we run a campaign on the 1st of every month, which is today, where we tell you guys to check your balls, and we tell you it doesn't matter who does it, whether it's you or your partner or someone else, whoever checks it, just check and make sure that you know what's normal, so that when something is abnormal, you know that there's a change, and you have to go see a doctor about your change.
Yeah. Definitely.
I'd like you to come and check mine, Tracy.
If you don't mind, I'm going to pass on that.
Right answer, Tracy. Right answer.
I can have someone look for you.
I'll do it myself. I do mine in the shower, my love, in the morning, but it's worth it. I've been teaching Jake a few chat-up lines of late. That's probably the worst one, Jake.
I know. Yeah. I mean, I appreciate being offered. Thank you.
That's no problem, my love.
The disabled team says hi everyone. Sorry I missed the start. I promise I will watch from the start. Thank you very much to the disabled team. I'll tell you what though, can't lie. Jake is still living off that last Sunday's pizza. I can't believe, Tracy, I had the small one as well. Joe's one, he had the big one, and it was all gone by the time I had 2 slices. It was just
he's a beast. He's an absolute animal, Joe is. He can
eat
for all of the UK.
Yeah, and he gave me his medal as well from the race. There it is.
That's nice.
Yeah, nice touch, that mate. Nice touch.
Yeah,
lovely touch. Lovely touch. It's like feeling your nuts. Get in the shower every morning. Don't take 2 seconds, does it? Get your hand down there when you got the soap down there. Hope you all wash your nuts, lads. But get down there. Little feel about. Job done, isn't it? It's not a big deal, Trace, is it? If you know what I mean. Seriously.
No, it's not a big deal. And if you're not in the shower, you're certainly sitting on the couch with your hands down your pants. So you know what's normal.
Watch your neighbours.
Yeah. Judith says, I lost my best friend to suicide last year. Charity work has helped his mother so much with the grieving. Yeah.
It does. No, seriously, it really does. From a parent's point of view, and I'm sure Tracy agrees, it gives you the will to go on, Trace, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Do you find that? I really, really suffered for the first 10 years. Yeah. Not so much now. I've got nice memories and stuff, but that first 10 years of the grieving process is awful for a parent, right? And this is another thing for the boys who are watching tonight. Don't put your parent through it for just not checking your nuts. Because it's not just you leave behind, right? Or it's not you who just pops his clogs or whatever. It's the people you leave behind. Heartbreak, and you don't know how heartbreaking it is for a parent.
Oh, totally. A little bit of the lighter side of it. Scott says frozen Yorkshire puddings. I'm offended, Steve. Scott's a chef, and he doesn't like them frozen.
Well,
Yorkshire
you
puddings.
better speak to Debbie Robber out there, mate. She bought Aunt Bessie's. She does make her own made one sometimes, but I think the amount of pressure I'm under at the moment to come on the Jake Cox at West Ham unofficial show, she doesn't know what time I'm going to sit down to have me dinner.
The disabled team says it's such an important thing to be taught about in secondary schools and colleges and universities. Yeah, because Tracy, I'm sure you will agree. As we said many times before, it's important to get that information and awareness out there as early as possible in people's lives.
Yeah, it sure is. And, at the moment, we go into about 25 schools in the Newham area through the West Ham United Foundation. And they have a teaching program in the schools. But, people only have to reach out to myself or Taylor, and we'll come out and do a presentation in your school for you. And, we're ramping that up as well. So they can certainly, it's a really good place to start. It's a bit shy. Everyone's a bit quiet when you've got a group of young boys all talking about it. But, hopefully if it's delivered in a lighthearted way, then it gets people talking.
Simon says, don't listen to him, dear. Scott buys frozen Yorkshire puddings. I can guarantee he probably doesn't, Simon. He probably doesn't, being a chef. Ken says, I've had an ultrasound down there for it's not painful. It takes no time because I had some pain. I always say, don't don't worry about the embarrassment. Just get it checked. Indeed. Dad says Joe and Taylor were sprinting over Westminster Bridge last week, but still spotted Jake in his DT38 hat and shirt. They did. It was fantastic. Let's scroll down. James says, I am with you, Chillers lad. I know someone who took their own life. The damage and the why, and it's harder to understand than the event. Yeah, and this stat is just daunting, Steve. First, I mean, someone dies every 45 minutes from prostate cancer. It's scary.
Yeah, that's an older thing. As we get older, we got to check for that now as well, haven't we? You know, so. But most of you YouTubers are young lads, you know. So your main priority is not so much your prostate. So you get to my age, and when you get to my age, then it becomes your prostrate. But stick with Tracy's advice, is what I say. Do those checks for the old testicle cancer, and just remember, if you don't, Daya will be coming after you for your nuts with his deep heat. Now that's fucking pain. So get him checked out.
James says my grandfather died of prostate cancer. Scott, it's a horrible disease. Yeah,
it is. Anything down there. Cancer's at the end of the day, cancer is a horrible disease, right? Whichever form you get, right? But in young men, if you're going to get it, you're going to get it in your bollocks, right? That's highly likely. Yeah. So not trying to scare you, but again, like Tracy has said, do your checks in the shower every morning. You go in there, you're lathering all the soap up, you're getting your hair right. Just give your nubs a rub. Just check them over. Takes you what, 5 minutes, Trace, isn't it? 5 minutes, and you know you're fine. You'll be fine.
It depends. If you're enjoying it, it might take a bit longer. But as long as you're doing it, that's the important thing.
Yeah, exactly. Just do it, isn't it, Trace? That's the saying. Just do it.
Just do it.
Whip your nuts.
There we go. Duke says, sorry to hear that, James. I've lost an uncle to lung cancer, never smoked in his life, and an aunt as well. Yeah, it's sad. It's sad. Everybody knows someone who has gone through that. Really horrific.
But again,
sequence.
The beauty awareness is that people say, what's the cure for cancer? The biggest cure for cancer is awareness.
Yeah.
Awareness of what you may get and doing your checks, because that can save you from it.
Yeah. Right. Simon's done us a little story here. Simon's done us a story about why Scott gets his Yorkshire puddings from the shop. So firstly, he says no, Jakey does, only for roasts at his house. He said one of his ex-girlfriends bought him a Yorkshire pudding tray 4 years ago after moving in. He said, I FaceTimed him last night and he had a frozen Yorkshire pudding with his sausage and mash.
And he's knocking my missus for knocking up a couple of Aunt Bessie's.
He's not even denying it. He's not even denying it. Come on.
It's all coming out on here. This could be on Global 247 News later. Top chef uses Aunt Bessie's.
There we go. We've got to the bottom of the comments, guys. Come on, let's get to the like target. 25 likes. Come on, we need 5 more likes. Steve, what have they got to do?
What do you want? Sorry, mate, I missed that bit.
Likes.
Oh, 5 likes. 5 likes. Hit the like button. Hit the like button. Do it for Jakey. Hit the like button. And for Tracy, of course, because she's our blonde bombshell on the show tonight. It's not often we get a blonde bombshell on the show, Jakey, is it, eh? Look at her. She's beautiful. Beautiful.
Steve, honestly, everybody tells you to behave, but you still don't.
Well, I'm behaving. I'm just talking the truth, mate. We live in a snowflake society now where you can't tell the truth anymore. I'm just telling the truth. Check your nuts and look at our lovely blonde bombshell we got on the show. Simple as that, really. I'm surprised I've never seen her in Neighbours, I've got to be honest.
Oh, fun. Yeah, Neighbours. Yeah.
Because that's ain't got a spot on her.
That's what all of us Australians aspire to. Yeah.
There is the link to Steve's channel.
What part of them, out of interest, what part of Australia are you from? I lived in Burwood, just outside Sydney for a while.
Okay, I'm from Perth, from the West Coast.
Ah, right, okay. That's why we missed each other.
Yeah, that's the reason.
Simon's blonde, Daya.
Well, yeah, he might be blonde, but he uses fake Yorkshire puddings, doesn't he?
Steve, you might appreciate these. I bring my testicles wherever I go.
Oh, they're a small pair compared to mine, Tracy.
These are probably
the teenagers then. But what we do is we encourage all the kids to roll their fingers and thumb around the testicles. And I don't know whether you can see, but they've actually got lumps in them. And so the kids get used to feeling what a lump would be like in their testicles. And there's actually 4. So we show them so that they can practice getting familiar with what it feels like to.
Right, go on then. Do a full demo. You're in the shower now, Trace.
I'm in the shower now. I'm yeah. So no, hopefully your balls have dropped by now at the age that you are, and just by rolling your thumb and your finger around your testicle, you can feel where there are lumps. And this particular demonstration, or this model, I've got one. I don't know whether you can see it now. It's just here, and by feeling that, you can feel like a pea-sized lump, and that's how you get used to, in the shower when you're most relaxed, and checking to make sure everything's normal. If everything's normal, then you'll know. But if they're not normal, you'll be able to detect them. So we take these into the schools just so that kids get familiar with what they need to feel, and just to try and break the ice with having a pair of testes in your hands.
That's fantastic, Trace. Fair play, love. Fair play. So what would you say? They're looking for a pea-size lump.
Yes, it's just a pea-sized lump, but just, it's anything that's, you have to know what's normal for you. And this is why we say check every month. It can be more than that, but it's just that reminder to do it on the first of the month. And just checking to make sure it's normal. So, if you do touch a lump, you will get that little bit of pain, but it's not, it might be a dull ache. It could be one testy that's just getting swollen and bigger than the other one. And sometimes you even just have pain in your lower back or abdomen. So, it's just like everything. You guys need to check it out and be really serious about your health, because, you talk about prostate cancer going on to affect older people. But if you've got that mentality of checking out as a young person, then you're going to jump on that prostate cancer or that
I agree.
later on in life. So we're just trying to change the stigma that's associated with men's health.
And that's what it all comes about, stigma. Stigma's the big thing, Trace, isn't it, really?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
Don't be shy, boys. Don't be shy. All you older boys on the show, like me, if you're at my age, don't be shy. Keep on checking.
The disabled team says, I love Peach, but Tracy is running close. Why, Tracy, you must be doing something right, because Peach is the ultimate fan favourite here. They do the Steve and Peach show every week, and Peach is a clear favourite, isn't he, Steve?
Yeah, well, I wouldn't say he's clear. I'd say I'm clear favourite. But, but I think we should have the Daya and Tracy show.
What would we talk about?
Oh, there's lots of things we could talk about, Tracy.
Yes, there is. What would the audience be interested in?
Well, I think they'd give up on Tinder after watching my chat up lines to you, love.
No.
The other thing is, I've got to ask you, Trace, that's amazing thing you've got there of producing the awareness. But when you go into a classroom and do it, what are the kids like? I'm just wondering what the kids are like when they all sit there in horror. This lovely blonde lady rubbing this pair of nuts in front of them, or do
I take with me a gentleman called Mr. John Peters, who in fact was Dylan's urologist at the time. So we do a lot of work with him. He works out at the Spire Roding Hospital, and so the kids are usually in groups, and there's that giggly group, and there's kids that actually you usually see the leaders, the ones that actually get involved in what's going on and want to learn. So there is, I think by the end of the day, I've got about probably 6 sets of the testicles. So we go in and break them up into groups. They pass them all around. Some do a really quick check, and others are really quite inquisitive and want to know. So at the end of the day, for me, when I get asked to go into the schools and that, I jump at the opportunity, because I definitely believe that there's somebody in that audience that needs to hear what I have to say. And it might not be for their own benefit. It may be for later on in life, if they have children or they've got a person.
Things you always remember, innit?
You're going to remember, that embarrassing moment at the, when you had a pair of, medical testicles in your hand, and you're going to remember. And that's the trigger for me. Whenever I get invited to speak anywhere, I jump at the chance, because there's somebody in that audience that needs to know.
Yeah. No, I think it's fantastic. And you know, I look back to my days when I left school, 1984.
Steve. Look at that comment there, look, from Scott.
She ain't got a husband, mate. Don't worry, Scott. I've checked that bit out already. But hey, I ain't daft, Scotty. Right? I know when to make a move, don't I, Jake? You don't go on the bell the other Monday.
God, what with Evie?
Yeah, Evie. Anyway, I've just
honestly, guys watching, you'd think he'd stop the chat up line and all of this flirtatiousness like on StreamYard, but no, we went into the Bell, a pub in Yeovil last week, and he was chatting up the waiter that was bringing him his points.
Waiter? No, I didn't chat no waiters up.
Waitresses. Waitresses. Right.
I won't check anybody's nuts for him, but it's for medical reasons only, Jake.
So we have got another big announcement for DT. I can't go with that. For DT38, Charlie Boy CB, who is in the chat, has ordered the world's hottest chili and is going to eat it live on a show. To try and raise some more money for DT.
Oh, that'd be good. Who's doing that? Who's doing that?
Charlie Boy's doing it.
Oh, he's a bit of a boy, Charlie Boy, mate. Bit of a boy, old
I've
Charlie.
got an idea, Steve. I've got an idea. I'll order you one as well, and you and Charlie can do it at the same time.
I ain't got no problem with that. Send one down, mate, and I'll give it a go. I'll do anything for Tracy. You know that, mate.
Oh dear.
Young day, it must have been an absolute don in his. I still am the don. I'm only 55 now. I've got a few years left, Charlie, mate. Don't you worry about that, mate. But I do check my nuts.
Yeah. Scott says more than happy to help to help raise money again. Such a good cause. Thank you very much, Scott.
Hey, Tracy, question for you actually. Another question. Have you subscribed to the Days Banter show?
I have.
Oh well, I've got you on my show as well. Oh, it's getting better, isn't it?
Caroline Reaper, that's what it's called. Right, Steve, I'm on the internet ordering you on right now. Caroline.
We'll get one of those in the bell.
No, I will send that over to you. Carolina Reaper. Charlie.
Now, I'd like to ask Tracy a nice question. Right. You do all this work, Trace. Obviously, you suffered great pain, obviously, as a parent does losing a child, right? How are you? How are you in yourself now moving on?
No, I'm in a good place. Thanks for asking, Steve. And I think it's because I see the work that we're doing and the awareness that we're raising. And I've adopted the what would Dylan do attitude, and he would just get on with it. You know, as much as you know what I'm about to say. As much as the pain never goes away from losing your child, you know, when you know that you're having an impact on things, you have a sense of accomplishment and a sense of achievement. Yeah. And, you know, for whatever reason, Dylan was the one that had to deliver this message. I feel like it's the least I can do, because he would just get on with his day, and that's what I am expected to do as well. Yeah.
And I'm sure Tracy, and I'm sure all West Ham fans and all football fans around the world will agree with what I say. I bet he's looking down very, very proud of his mother.
Yeah, no, I'm hoping he is. I'm sure he is, because he was a lovely boy, and he would certainly let you know when he was proud as punch for doing things. But at the same time, he never let his disease define him, and so I'm certainly not going to let Dylan's death define me. You know, I want to do something for his friends and you know, the people that hear about his story and learn about his story. You know, I want them to know about how great a kid he was. But also to deliver the message to try and save lives. Yeah,
spread the word, the word, and save other lives. Fantastic, Tracy, fantastic. Yeah.
Couple of things before we round things up. The disabled team says, so glad I watched, and I bet there's some of the rubbish on YouTube. Probably some of the rubbish, you mean the 2.5 hours we rambled on last night, probably. Steve, would you agree?
No, not at all. That was a fantastic show last night. It raised a lot of money. All right, Pete bottled it, didn't jump in Lake Ontario. Right, but apart from that, I thought it was a good. I know. You know, Tracy might be able to advise me on drinking problems next, because if I keep coming on this Jake Cox show and raising money for this lovely charity, I keep getting pissed. Right, you have me drinking pints, full pints in
That
one.
was the thing. Tracy, if you didn't see it last night, so everybody was set a challenge to raise money for DT38 last night. So a guy called Andy, who was in the chat later, belly flopped himself onto his bed. Steve downed 2 pints of beer, and Peach was dared to jump in the river. He didn't do that, so he went round knocking on doors trying to find Daya, who was sat in his chair in his office.
So I got arrested by the the Canadian Highway Patrol.
Making points was our friend Steve. The disabled team says no, last night was ace. Yeah, once I got into bed it was ace after 2.5 hours with Peach, Steve and Andy, I've got to say. Duke says a big shout out to Jake and his channel for raising
I agree, Jake. Fantastic, mate. Well done to Jake. Well done to Tracy. It's easy for us just to put our card in the machine in it, but these two done a dynamic job.
No, thanks, mate. And I'm sorry I missed last night. I was actually working, so I didn't get a chance.
Well, if you want to giggle, Trace, you can go back and watch the recording.
Yeah, I can do. Yeah, I can.
Yeah. I'm sure Trace hasn't got a spare 2.5 hours to watch it though, Steve.
Oh, I don't know. It won't send you to sleep. Put it out if you watch that. That was something else, wasn't it?
Christ. Right then, so the plan is then in just a second, honestly, all of you guys saying thank you very much to all of you. The draw wouldn't be the draw tonight without you guys donating and all of that. Right then, so this is on its way to your house in Yeovil, Steve.
Is that what it looks like, is
it? Yeah.
What are they? Just chilies, are they?
Yeah, world's hottest chili.
Oh, I don't know. I don't think my ass could take those. To be honest.
You're chickening out now. Oh, right,
I'd have to be doing ass checks as well as testicle checks.
Don't do a peach. Don't chicken out. Don't bottle
Where'd you buy them? Where'd you buy them? I'm going to go.
Amazon.
On Amazon?
Yeah.
How much at £3? Well, you order them or eat them. There we are. If it's for charity, I'll do it for Tracy. Right? I'll do it for Tracy. I can eat a bit of spice.
Deal. Right then, so what we're going to do now is I'm going to shout out every single person that has donated. I will read names out several times because lots of people donated quite a few times.
Just interrupt the show there, Jake.
Pardon?
Can I just interrupt the show as we got the beautiful Tracy on, right? My favourite lady in the UK, right? And from Australia.
Australian in the UK.
Who can hit the super chats? Chuck in what you can in the super chat so Jake can throw it all into the charity. Just for the appreciation of Tracy coming on here to teach you how to show your nuts. She's a brave woman getting a pair of nuts in her hand on a West Ham football show, right? Squeezing and showing you how to do it, lads. How about £1 each? Or throw £1 in the super chat. Or if you could do more, be even great, wouldn't it, Jake? But £1 each. Let's stick a few quid in for Tracy for making this... giving her a time. She's got a nice kitchen there. I don't see any hot chilies in the background, mate.
No hot chilies. No hot
chilies. No. Right. Go on, let's fire the super chats. Come on. I'll do mine after, Jake. I can't do it while I'm on the show, can I? But
okay.
Go on then. Who's got it? Who's going to be first? Anyway.
Right, two says the disabled team says I keep getting asked to vote for new channel content creator. I'm going to vote for this channel. Thank you very much. Thank you very much, the disabled team. Greatly appreciate it. Right then, whilst we see it, if there is going to be any action in the chat, let's have a little shout out to every single person. If you see your name, say give yourself a pat on the back. Pat on the back. WP, Joe Cox, Terry Newsham, Andy Miles, the Duke, Footballer Brownie. There you go. Let's see. Footballer Brownie, Simon McCready, Gatesy, the Duke, Mike, Joe Cox, Eamon Green, Pete Chapman, Gary Whitehead, Trev Tube, Eamon Green, Joe Cox, the Duke, Andy Miles, Gary Whitehead, Andy Miles, there you are. There you are. There is Daya. 26. Trev Tube, Scott Venn, Gary Whitehead, Trev Tube, Andy Miles. Let's scroll down. Shout out to all of you people for donating and putting some money in a pot to help people save their lives and check their balls. Gary Whitehead, Pete Chapman, Eamon Green, Daya, Gary Whitehead, Trev Tube, Eamon Green, the Duke, Terry Newsham, Gary Whitehead, Mike Hatcher, Gatesy, Scott Venn, Louis Keeley, Danny Jackson, Gary Whitehead, Eamon Green, Andy Miles, Simon McCready, Gatesy, Football Brownie, Louis Keeley, Andy Miles, Terry Newsham, WMP, Gatesy, and one of our winners, see, Danny Jackson and WMP. Danny Jackson did leave it over to Trev.
Wow, that was lovely of Danny, wasn't it? Lovely of Danny to do that. What a touch. Fair play to Danny. Well done, Danny.
Well done, Danny. Right, super chats are rolling in.
Good. Well done, lads. Well done. Keep them coming, boys. Keep them coming.
£2 from Duke. A £5 from Dad. £2 from Nathan. Tufty's putting them in. Tufty's put another £1 in.
Tufty's in twice.
Scott Venn, £1.99. Simon is saying, how do I super chat? So what you do is, hang on, let me show you.
Yeah, a lot of people don't understand you, but you better tell them, Jake.
Yeah, so
I'll just have a quick nicotine tablet while you're doing it. I've got to keep your blood pressure down.
Where you comment, there is a little dollar sign, and then it explains everything from there if you press that. Thank you very much. Cheddar says, it won't let me super chat as I'm abroad for some reason. I will make a donation on the fundraiser page. That's the promise. Thank you very much, Cheddar.
Where are you, Cheddars? Where are you, mate? Is it up in Greece, and you, Cheddars?
What part of the world are you in? There is the donation link right there. Lots of donations coming in from DT38. £2, £5, £2, £1. They always in Cyprus. Cyprus, Steve.
Oh, quite nice. Nice weather. Gets a bit hot for me, Cyprus, in the summer, mate. Bloody hell.
Hi, Jack. I hope you are well. We are massive indeed. Right then. Anything final, Tracy, you want to say?
Apart from you love me.
Oh, apart from that, Jake, I just want to thank you for having me on your show. I really appreciate, you being who you are and helping spread the word about testicular cancer and DT38. It's a real honor to be part of it. So thank you very much. And Steve, to you as well. I listen to you push the charity and the awareness, and it's really important to have people like you both that, when you do get a chance to interject and say, how important it is that you guys do. So thank you so much.
Well, thank you for your kind words, Tracy. But no one is more important than yourself. I think you're doing a fantastic job teaching these youngsters. It doesn't matter so much about us old boys, but these youngsters who come on YouTube, they probably weren't aware of things like this until, unfortunately, your son had what he had, and you're distilling that message out to them to make them aware. And I just think that's amazing. Absolutely, mate. My heart will always be with you, right? I'll do as much as I can to help you wherever, right? But you don't need a lot of help because you're just an inspiration to everybody. And the money's still pouring in the chat, by the way, JD boy.
It is. Simon's put in £2. The disabled team's has chucked a £5 in as well. Greatly appreciated. Hashtag DT38s are flooding as well. Let's get this going on Twitter after this. Go hashtag DT38 on Twitter. We want to get it trending, Steve.
Yeah, we want it trending, but I think we get it more trending if we hashtag DT38 and hashtag Peach.
Let's take some comments.
He got arrested for the charity. Let's be fair. He got arrested by the Canadian Highway Patrol for charity.
Cheddar says 41 degrees.
Yeah,
I love this guy from James. James says, I got a woman who cost me money. I'll sort something next week. Cheers, James. Thank you very much indeed. Well done all. Hashtag DT38. Well done, Jake and Dare. Thank you very much, GP. Hashtag DT38s are flooding in. Thanks to everyone. We will transfer the money over indeed, for sure. GP says credit to Jake and Dare. They could have talked West Ham, but put footy to the side. Yeah, at times like this in the last week, we've done more about DT38 because it's just so important to. It really is, and new season, Steve. As one of my co-hosts on West Ham Unofficial, new season, we will continue to push DT38 and Isla's Army, our two chosen charities that we.
Oh, definitely, mate. We would keep pushing this for years, mate. You got to remember, this is a long project, a very long project, and as long as if we can get everybody to check their nuts, as I call it, then Bob's your uncle, isn't it? Do you know what I mean? And if we can keep getting Tracy back on the show, I'll keep supporting this charity. We get a lovely blonde on like that, mate. I'll pump it every week, no problem.
CB says...
You might want to come down the bell one day, Jake. You never know, mate. She might want to come down the bell one day.
Oh, well.
You'll be paying.
I'm paying. Yeah, on a Monday then, Steve. My favourite day, Monday. Steaks for £5. Just for you.
That suit me and Tracy, no problem at all.
Definitely. CB says Tracy's a strong woman. Good luck. Good work. Sorry.
He is very strong. Bless her. Bless her.
Scott says, well done, Jake. Fantastic job. Steve, keep being Steve. Tracy.
I'll do my best. I can only be me, Scott. I can only be me. I've been like it since I was young, and then I went through me shit like Tracy's been through. You just got to be. I probably got a bit madder after that, really, I suppose. But I don't know. I can only be me, mate. I can't be anybody else. But I do check me nuts.
Well, what I can guarantee is every weekend, Steve, if you keep necking pints of 5.5%,
I won't be doing that, mate. I won't be doing that. No, definitely not. Sunday, I felt rough this morning. What I went through for charity last night was something else, mate. There's a photo on your Facebook if you want to put it up.
Is it?
Yeah.
I don't do that side of things. I don't do Facebook.
Your dad might be able to find it, but it's quite amusing, actually.
Is it?
I didn't want to get out of bed, put it that way.
James says they are no 10 points in today, lad.
I am actually on a nice
oh, here we go.
Nice drop of Sauvignon Blanc, actually. From it's a green bottle, so you won't see much of it.
Fancy dancy.
Yeah. Well, what wasn't that fancy? It's a good deal, actually. Lidl's $3.29.
Oh, here we go.
Right. Hey, it tastes just as good as the other stuff up Tesco's for £10 a bottle. So, yeah.
Right, there we go.
I'd be getting a £10 bottle in when Tracy comes for dinner.
People keep people keep putting it in, Steve. You never stop, do you?
Well, you've got to get over the hurdle, haven't you? Do you know what I mean?
Why stop? It's fun. It's
yeah. Well, don't stop checking your nuts. Don't stop checking your nuts once a month, like Tracy says. First of the month, or pick your date when you're going to do it. Get in the shower, have a little rub. You know, you could even have a happy ending afterwards if you enjoy it. But
if you do it right.
Yeah, exactly. Go for the happy ending.
Scott says, I'm waiting for Peach's next dare. 1 week, Tracy. 1 week. We're going to have to get you on for Peach to do his dare. I mean, I'm sure Steve has got ideas brewing in his mind, ready to go for Peach.
No, I'm only having a bit of fun. I seriously, I like to pull people's legs and whatever, but I really do admire Tracy, what she's done now. I think it's fantastic.
It sounds like I might need to get, I have a director in Australia called Claire, and she always does Claire's dares. So it might be that we need to introduce Claire to Peach and see who can, outdo each other.
Oh.
Yeah, that'd be fun, wouldn't it? That'd be bloody fun.
Yeah.
Someone says, Tracy, other than football, what sports do you follow?
Definitely not cricket. It's like watching paint dry. I don't mind the 20.
Aussie don't like cricket. Amazing.
No, it's not the tests. I don't mind the 1 days, and I don't mind the 20 over games. But I grew up watching AFL, so I like the AFL. I grew up playing basketball, so I like watching the basketball. I enjoy most sports. I love this time of the year when the Olympics are on. So, very much somebody that had an outdoor lifestyle, as you do when you grow up in Australia. So I love sport in general, but cricket, not necessarily.
Oh. Scott says, we've seen
the nerve. Have I? I've touched a nerve somewhere.
For Simon and Scott, you have Simon and Scott are the cricket brothers. I play cricket as well. I think you've touched that nerve.
No, I played cricket myself. I played state cricket in WA, and it was it's a long day out in the field, and it's a long day. It's just a long 5-day thing, and I just prefer sports that wind up a little bit quicker. That's all.
Scott says, the in-joke is that Daya is Bumble, David Lloyd, a cricket commentator. So Scott says, you can't say that, Tracy, you've got Bumble.
I actually played, let me tell you something now, Mr. Cox. I actually played for England under-16s in cricket.
Oh.
I was the opening batsman with a bloke called Roger
Did you get a duck?
Who went on, no. He went on to play for New Zealand, actually, Roger Twos. And he played for Worcester as well. And our fast bowler was a bloke called Don Topley, who went on to play for Middlesex. And he actually was famous for catching a catch. So the rules in cricket then, the 12th man couldn't catch you out. right? But this is back in the 80s, 90s, okay, something around there. And Don Topley caught it. He'd come on his 12th man and caught it right by the boundary, but it wasn't out because he was the 12th man. The rules have changed now, but the 12th man couldn't go. So there you have an international cricket player on your show tonight, Jake. But the trouble is, I wanted to be a football player, so I chose football instead of cricket when it came around the 17, 18 mark, and I was shit at football, to be honest. Right, and threw it all away. There we go. How life changes, eh?
I know.
Another story for you, just while I'm on here. Ian Botham, who destroyed Australia, lived in the same street as me in Yeovil. Did you know that?
I didn't know that. You learn something new every day. Steve, you learn something new every day.
Street Lane. And when he was having his back operation in hospital, after destroying the Aussies, I should add, his father, Les, used to bring... My dad had the post office on the end of the street, and he used to bring up like tapes, videotapes and stuff to send to him in hospital and hand it in to me dad. And then me dad, after Les had left the post office, would scribe messages of rude nature, shall we say, on the envelope.
Brilliant. The disabled team says the worry I have with Peach is he doesn't know danger. Honestly, he doesn't. He went, all right, yeah, I'll go and knock on randomers' doors.
No, I disagree with that, the disabled team. He didn't jump in the lake, did he? Come on. He could have gone in for a plunge in the lake, got wet. He could have dived in by a ladder. I know he can't swim, but, we would have found somebody to pull him out, right? But, he could have dived in by the ladder and hooked himself up the ladder, couldn't he? I thought he bottled it himself, Jake. Bottled it, especially with 400 quid on the table for him to go in. No, I didn't believe the rest of the Canadians he was interviewing, right? Saying, would you dive in the lake? They're all saying no. Right?
I couldn't believe it. I could not believe it.
I know, but he said he was scared of the geese. Who's scared of the goose? Come on.
Oh dear. Right, let's take some more comments for Tracy. If you look at the videos for the last few days, they have been about 2 hours long. I promise we'll be gone in a minute, don't worry. But Steve does, Steve, you like
Listen,
to...
Tracy's loving beyond. It's not often you get Daya on the show, Tracy's thinking, and I'm honoured to be in his company, she's thinking. But she's a shy girl. She's a shy girl, Jake.
Yeah.
I'm a shrinking vibe. Yeah.
That is exactly what Tracy's thinking in that mind, right, exactly, at this current moment in time. Okay then, so we're going to leave things there. Thank you very much for everybody for watching, and Tracy and Daya, thank you very much for coming on.
Thanks for having us, Jake.
Yeah, no worries, Jake. No worries at all. And it's a pleasure to meet you again, Tracy, and keep on the campaign and keep getting the message out. And we all are really thankful for what you're doing, and especially the younger generation. I'm sure parents of these younger kids are really delighted for what you're doing to get the message to them, because it's quite, that's another thing for parents at the end of the day. It's probably an embarrassing subject, really, to talk to your son about, So if it weren't for people like you, then the subject wouldn't get raised, would it? Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, no, you're right. And, just as a parent too, you've got those kids that are, like I said, 5 months old, and, you're the one that's solely responsible for their health, and you have to know about these things as well. So
can you check it at that young age then, Trace? Does it go on that young, does it?
Yeah, the youngest one has been 5 months old.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
Wow.
That's a bit, wow.
Yeah, mad. It is mad. Anyway, we'll leave it there, Steve. I'm sure
when I see my grandson next week, right, I'll be grabbing his pair. I'll be getting in on them.
You might have to ask first, Steve.
I've got another one due, actually. When's he due? Next week? Or one due next week? I got a grandson who's 3. Can't get him a kit at West Ham, mine. Karen Brady can't organise a piss up in a brewery there, which you should take over the club shop, Tracy. But I got a grandson who's 3 now. I've got one who's due next week, and I got one. Well, I'll find out what sex it is on. Well, next Saturday actually. So I may have 3 grandchildren by January. So I will be crunching their nuts on your behalf, baby.
There we go, Steve. I'm sure we'll meet again someone Sunday about Wednesday. Steve, it's my birthday on Wednesday. Could you believe that?
Well, I'm not going to come and chuck your nuts at 14. You can do your own.
To yourself.
Yeah.
Well, that's what your girlfriends are for, aren't they?
Oh, he goes shy on them. I've tried fixing him up with a few chicks, Trace, but he goes a little bit shy. he goes a little, he starts blushing and all that. You know, it does worry me a little bit.
Girls love that as well too, Steve. That shy boy. So he'll be fine. He'll be fine.
Yeah, he comes through. I think once he's listened to old Uncle Dare a few more times, a few more lines in, right? I think he'll be all right. Evie still texting me asking about the young lad. I went in for the punchline, but she keeps texting me saying, "Where's your son?"
Oh dear, Steve. I would not be needing your girlfriend advice, I'm afraid. But I'll see you on Wednesday, Steve, for a birthday stream. Are you ready for that, Steve? It's going to be a good one.
That'll be fun, mate. We'll have to have a party again, won't we? Hopefully we get Peach in the dock this time or something.
Oh God!
Where is Peach tonight? Is he still banged up or has he been released?
He's been released. Right, we're going to leave it there. Like, subscribe, do all that jazz. You can donate if you can to DT38 by the pinned comment or the comment I have just whacked in the chat for you. Pleasure as always. Steve, come on, you irons.
Yeah, definitely. Come on, your irons, but come on, Tracy. And thank you, Tracy. I just want to say to everybody, let's all thank Tracy for the marvellous work that she's doing, raising the awareness of this awful disease that we can capture early, which can be captured early, and you can save your life yourself simply by checking your nuts. If you don't, Daya's coming after you. The deep heat monster will spray your bollocks if you don't check them.
We'll leave it there. Thank you very much, and I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.
See you later, mate.